And the other interesting position for Liverpool is your old position, fullback. And
Yeah.
I'm curious because they made a couple big signings pretty promptly in this window. Obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold made his way to Madrid. Andy Robertson not getting any younger, although he probably has something to contribute this season. But I'm wondering, and this has been my question for a couple months now, do you think Liverpool have actually gotten better at the fullback positions than they were last season, or especially, in those glory days of Jurgen Klopp where they had, probably the two best fullbacks in the world, or at least up there, they're in that conversation. Does it feel like they could get back to that level at fullback?
Yeah, quite possibly. It is a very interesting question because I think what you have now got is completely different fullbacks than what Liverpool had. I think you've got the Andrew Robertson of sort of 5 years ago where he was a marauding fullback and was up and down that left-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold was that for a short time, but then adapted his game and ended up being that hybrid midfielder. Well, Frimpong likes to play high up the pitch, and so does Kerkez. So now you're leaving your defence quite light. So I think there's got to be an element of understanding the position, understanding how to get a little bit more balance within the way that Liverpool play. Obviously, we haven't seen too much of Frimpong. So if you were to actually change it now and say, okay, it's Conor Bradley playing in that right back position, Conor Bradley loves to fly forward. He loves to be up and down that right-hand side. So now you're leaving Virgil van Dijk and Konate quite exposed on their own. Go back to last season, Andrew Robertson. He didn't play as that flying fullback. He almost played as a third centre-back. So Liverpool always had cover at the back. They were always comfortable out of possession. And that's changed now. I also think Miloš Kerkez is maybe adapting to the style of Liverpool, but also the style of training. So if you look at Bournemouth and the way that they play such a high press and high tempo football, but they have less games than Liverpool, so they're able to do it on a week-to-week basis. You can't do that every week when you're Liverpool because you've got Champions League, you've got the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and more often than not, you're going deep into those competitions, so there's more games. Also as well, the pressure of playing for Liverpool. There's a different pressure of playing for Liverpool than there is for Bayer Leverkusen with Frimpong or for Bournemouth with Kerkez. It is completely different. And once you step into the size of Liverpool Football Club and you realise the fan base, and listen, these guys have been out in Asia, and there's no bigger fan base in Asia than Manchester United, Liverpool. They're the two main teams. And suddenly you're thinking, why has our hotel got 20,000 people outside it every single day? We wouldn't get that
Yeah.
with Bournemouth. That wouldn't happen. So now everything you do is under the microscope, and it is a pressure like no other. And I can say that because I played under that pressure and I struggled with it. I know that because there is such a huge pressure. Now, I think there's differences now from when I played where I'd love to work with a psychologist on that side of the game, the pressure of that. And I'm sure they are working with the psychologists to work on that, but it might just take a little bit of time to deal with it. But I think they'll come good. But it's been a difficult start. And like you say, I think Andrew Robertson's got more than enough to show what he's capable of this season.